A Lifetime Achievement Award. I am truly honored, and I'm a bit overwhelmed. When Mary Lou Rice and Sally Latimer nominated me and told me about this, it was like, why? I mean, a Lifetime Achievement Award? Not me. I'm not old enough. Oh, well, let me think here. I have had the opportunity to work in 7 school districts with 11 different superintendents, 5 community centers, 5 national grants, and I can't even remember how many school referendums. So I guess maybe I am old enough. And I love this career. So thank you for MCEA, thank you for the committee that nominated me. It is really a pleasure and a privilege to be in front of you today. So many people here, we grew up together. We had some hard times and some good times, and it's always good to be with people that you connect with. My journey in community ed started back in 1977. Let's put it in perspective. How many of you were working in community education in 1977? Stand up. Come on, I don't want to be the only one in the room. You are my people. So now let's look at it in another way. How many in the room weren't even born in 1977? Stand up. These are our future leaders. Thank you so much. So as you can see, from 1977 to 2022, it is a career and it is a lifetime. You know, we don't do community education without the support of our families. Today I'm proud that my husband Brooke, my daughter Laurel Hoyer, my son Kyle, Angela, and Jackson, my most favorite person in the world, is here today. Thank you for being here today and supporting me. I also don't want to forget those who couldn't be here today, my son-in-law Pete, who's home with the dogs, so I'm also a proud grandmother of 3 grand doggies. I can never forget that. My kids learned about community education very young. If your mom is in community ed, that's for sure. And many of your kids have or will or are involved. They also came with me to many community education events. They practically grew up in Kids Club in Fridley. I don't know if anybody in Fridley is here today. But they got really good at charming the staff for $1 that, of course, Mom forgot to give them so they could go to the candy machine. It took a little while before that secret got out, and you know who put an end to that right away. We're not giving them $1 every day to go to the candy machine. Those experiences have shaped me. They understood the importance of community, the power of connection, and the joy of lifelong learning, lessons that I think continue with them. I think they could tell you as many stories about community ed as I can. Today is it's not just about my achievement. Community education is a team sport. I've been fortunate to work alongside some fantastic people, and many of them are in the room today, colleagues, mentors, and especially community members. Take a minute to think about the first people you met in community education. How have they influenced your life? Are they in this room today? I would encourage you to reach out and thank them for the lessons that you have learned from them. For me, it started in graduate school at Mankato State. I didn't really even know what community ed was. I knew of this concept, and I went looking. So the way I got to Mankato State is they had a park and recreation undergraduate degree and community ed as a graduate degree. I was so lucky, or maybe I just was persistent, but my advisor told me finally he would put me in the graduate classes about community ed. I did not want to do another camping class while I was there. That was just not my opportunity. That's where I met Denny Carlson, Dwayne Gates, Charlie Blesner. I went into this class. I mean, I don't really even know that much about community ed, and here were these great people, and I thought, oh my gosh, I found my people. I don't know what this means, but I know this is where I belong. And from there, it has just blossomed for me. While working in the field, I found a group of extraordinary women. There weren't a lot of community ed female directors. I think we figured the other day maybe when I got in the field there might have been 2. So we were really looking for that role model and that help. That was Martha Stanley, Marilyn Kearns, Sally Latimer, Bridget Gothberg, and M.L. Rice. Martha believed in community and taught me the importance of listening. Marilyn was brilliant, bold, and showed me it's okay to be an intelligent woman, and a little bit or a lot sassy at times. ML's infectious enthusiasm showed me how to ignite passion in others. Sally's strategic mind taught me about the importance of planning and vision. These individuals and so many others really shaped my career, and I am grateful to them. I began my master's degree at St. Thomas, and some of you might not know, back in the day, St. Thomas was the National Center for Community Education. And under the guidance of Dr. Tom Fish, who I think at the time was National Community Education Director, or President, recommended me for a Mott Fellowship, which was one of the best experiences in my life. And I thank Tom for supporting me and getting me in that position. As a Mott Fellow, I met Bridget Gothberg, or Bridget Beck, depends on how you know her, who became a lifelong friend and godmother to my son. So those connections that you meet carry on. Our year-long internship and the Mott Fellowship was a turning point. It opened my eyes to go deep in community education, not just about Minnesota, but nationally. It broadened my perspective and solidified my belief in the power of community education to change lives. And at one point, I even had the opportunity to go to Flint, Michigan in a 6-seater plane. I'll never forget it. And just the opportunity to be where community education first got started. And fortunately, Minnesota is still here and involved in community ed, where some of the other states are not. Along the way, I was lucky. I had triumphs, but I also faced some very difficult times. The tragedy involving Philando Castile, which happened in our district, the drowning, death of a student, and an attempted international kidnapping of one of our child care students taught me a lot. These were horrifying, but they built my leadership. Leading communities and staff conversations after those that died was incredibly challenging. These experiences taught me the importance of empathy, listening, even when it's hard, and creating safe spaces. It enforced the importance of community education, bringing people together even in the face of tragedy. My career has taken a series of unexpected turns, from hosting the president to rebuilding community center. Early in my career, I helped plan with Secret Service to host President Reagan at Eisenhower Community Center. Fortunately, my boss was too busy with summer school, so he gave me that task. It was a great one, and for 2 weeks it was really interesting. It was not unusual. It happened twice, and after that it wasn't going to happen again. At 2 a.m. I'd get a call from the Secret Service at home, waking me up, saying, "You know that vending machine? It can't be here. You got to get the vending machine out." I said, "You go ahead. If you can get the vending machine out of this room, you go ahead, and don't call me again at 2 a.m. in the morning to ask me about moving a vending machine." And they could not move it because the vending machine got in the room before the walls went up. So who knows, maybe it's still in the school there. And then Fairview Community Center in Roseville, where we rebuilt the community center. It was a true testament of collaboration, persistence, and a lot of teamwork. How do you downsize a building by approximately 50%? Rename the building after 60 years having the same year, keeping staff excited about the new building even though they were losing space, and then we had COVID. But you listen, you problem solve, you keep imagining how much better a new building will be, and today Atechabecha Education Center stands as a symbol of what we can build and what we can achieve when we stay adaptable, resourceful, and we are ready for the next surprise. And I believe they probably had many more surprises after I left. You all know that community education is about more than brochures. Have we not heard that enough time? It's about building connections, fostering lifelong learning, and empowering individuals. It's about recognizing that knowledge isn't confined to school walls or childhood years. It happens anytime, anywhere, for anyone. I've seen positive impact in individuals, families, and communities. We're closing the opportunity gaps, we're igniting passion, and we're building a stronger society. It's about giving people the tools to write their stories and live their best lives. And we all know we need to continue convincing our lawmakers that this is the case, and this is where every dollar spent is a good investment. I'm excited about the future. We must continue to be innovative, be inclusive, and ensure everyone can access opportunities. We need to keep asking, who's at the table, who's missing, and how do we bring more voices to our conversations? How can we truly serve all community members? I challenge each of you to think about how you can champion lifelong learning. How will you help build the future? Where will everyone be, and how can we help them learn and grow? When I thought about my career in community education director was complete, I was excited to retire from Roseville after finishing the new community center. It was time for a new leader who would bring new love and new energy to this program. And Cindy, you are doing that. You're a fantastic leader, and I'm so proud I had the opportunity to work with you. But then my colleague, where is he, Bob Meyer? My colleague Bob Meyer approached me more than once, twice, maybe 3 times. But thanks, Bob. He pushed me, and he got me to think about being the executive director of the Board of School Administrators, which is the licensing board for administrators, principals, superintendents, and community ed directors. Who knew in my years as community education would prepare me for this job? Everything I learned about community engagement, collaborative, strategic planning, dealing with difficult people, yes, dealing with difficult people, creating good operational plans and listening to the community about their concerns, fear, and even about student discipline would be invaluable. And the best part of it is I continue to work with many of you here in the room and supporting community education in this new position, and I'm happy whenever you reach out. I also want to thank Brian Severson Hall. He is on the board, and he is your representative representing community education, and he's a fantastic person to be on the board with us. After COVID, I really learned a lot. You know, you learn a lot being in the buildings, and then you learn a lot of what our families lost and how much our students lost. And so it's been some real difficult times for educators to really come back, and the needs and the concerns parents have. I'm so proud and so happy of how hard people in Minnesota work for our students every single day. No one gives up. It doesn't matter what your paycheck says, you don't give up and you keep moving forward. And I think as a group we need to be really proud of that work that we are doing. One of the things that I also think back on is the things that you were told, and so John Tyne, the superintendent in Roseville, I've used his quote over and over again when people call and they're really mad about a decision or why this happened or what happened. I remind them that at that time, decisions were made with the best information at the best time, and we made our best decision. Now, we may have made a different decision today, but at that time, as educators, people made the best decisions that they could. And so we need to also give them credit for the work that they have done. And maybe now it's time to change our ideas, but it was a good idea in the beginning. Thank you again for this incredible honor. It means the world to me. I am grateful for the opportunity to have served alongside so many of you. My grandson, your children, your grandchildren deserve a quality education, both in and out of the classroom. And I know community education is part of that. I hope that each of you can say, as I can say today, community education has been the best job. I didn't know what I was getting into. I am so blessed to have been here, and I hope that each of you feel the same way. So remember that each of you are seen, each of you are strong, and each of you make great decisions. And I'm so proud to be part of this wonderful organization, and all those people who stood up after 1977, you are going to be continuing, you're going to lead us on, and we're here to support you and love the work that you have done. Thank you, MCEA. Thank you, my colleagues. I really appreciate this.